Hey everybody, that's the chapter 1 of episode 1 of the Compliance Coach, and we talk about the question, what is the role and mandate of compliance? Now, looking on the word compliance, it's quite funny because it is a very old word. Some believe that it has been already integrated in the Magna Carta. That was, of course, historical people will know that. It's 1215 when King Charles did that. Others are moreover talking about the age of 1615 that compliance was mentioned in the Oxford Dictionary. So it's an old word, but the concept of compliance is quite newish to the banking sector and has been mainly driven by US corporation and banks as well as Anglo-Saxon companies. In Europe itself, especially in Switzerland, Germany, and France, that word compliance and the function of a compliance function is only existing since 2005, roughly. So that was before internal control and others. So don't be surprised if sometimes you're listening to operational risk, internal control. They're all part of what we call the second line of defense. Come to that in one of my other episodes, so don't forget to subscribe to my channel. But meaning it's one of the core functions to help the bank. Now, the question is, and here again we are talking about Simon Sinek, the three elements, the why, the what, and the how. It's very interesting to see the what of a compliance function is the independent role. So whenever you work in the compliance function or you're interested in, be mindful that you will report either to the CEO directly or to an independent board like the audit board, etc., to keep that independency and keep in particular compliance out of the conflict zone. We'll go a little bit deeper in one of my next episodes on what does it mean and what kind of sometimes problems are related to it. Let's go to number 2. The element is the what. And the what is, of course, quite technical. It is the identification, the assessment, as well as the reduction of risks. And that risk word has become very large. Mainly we are focusing not only on regulatory risks, meaning the bank does not fulfill an element which is important to obtain a license, for instance, but mostly we're talking about legal and in the last years very often about sanction risks and reputation risks. And reputation risks have a magnitude of impact, have a magnitude of reasons and root causes why that is done. So compliance is, as well in the role-wise, and we come to that in the chapter 2, is getting more and more important because it gets more and more objectives to do so. So main takeaway here is compliance is there to identify and to reduce as much as we can any risk which is related to the bank.